Today we are going to travel through the state of Indiana. Indiana was the 19th state to join the United States. Indiana joined the United States on December the 11th, 1816. You might be wondering, where is Indiana? It is located in the Midwestern United States and the Great Lakes region. It is bordered on the north by Lake Michigan and the state of Michigan, on the east by Ohio, on the south by Kentucky, and it also shares the Ohio River as a border, and on the west by Illinois. Fun facts: did you know Indiana has one of the richest concentrations of limestone in the entire world? Limestone from Indiana has been used to build the Pentagon, the Empire State Building, and the National Cathedral, and many more. Indiana produces more professional basketball players per capita than any state in the country. Wabash, Indiana was the first city to be illuminated electrically. Indiana was home to the first professional baseball game ever played. It took place on May the 4th, 1871 in Fort Wayne. The Indianapolis Motor Speedway was opened in 1911 and famously hosts the Indianapolis 500. The Speedway can seat more than 250,000 people and is the largest spectator sporting arena in the world. Santa Claus, Indiana receives over 500,000 Christmas letters each year from children all across the country. Fort Wayne, Indiana was home to the first gasoline pump. The pump was invented by Sylvanus Bowser in 1885. The Saturday Evening Post, the country's oldest magazine, is headquartered in Indianapolis. Norman Rockwell was responsible for painting the iconic cover art. Jim Davis created the famous cartoon cat Garfield, and he is from Marion, Indiana. Garfield also makes his home in Indiana as well. With the help of our trusty travel guide, we had mapped out an itinerary of the things we wanted to see and do on our trip in Indiana. The first stop was at the state capitol, which is located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Check out their state flag. The state was established on December the 11th, 1816. That was 208 years ago. Woo! That was a long time ago. While we were in the state capitol, we saw the state seal. We also saw the state quarter on display and were able to purchase some for our collections. Next, we looked at the state motto, which read, "The Crossroads of America." Then we looked at the state nickname, which is the Hoosier State. The residents of Indiana are called Hoosiers. And finally, we read the state slogan, "The Crossroads of America." We also read the state origin. The name Indiana means land of the Indians. The various Native American tribes that played a significant part of Indiana history include the Miamis, Chippeways, Delawares, Eries, Shawnees, Iroquois, Kickapoos, Potawatomis, Mohicans, Nanticokes, Hurons, and Mohegans. Then we looked at the state tartan. The colors of the state tartan are navy blue, light blue, gold, and white. Great colors! Then we looked at the state song of Indiana, "On the Banks of the Wabash." The song was written and composed by Paul Dresser and adopted as the state song on March 14, 1913. I've attached the words to the song for you to read. It is a beautiful song. Mother read from our travel guide that the Indiana State Poet Laureate is Curtis L. Chrysler. Laureate means a person who has been honored for achieving distinction in a particular field or with a particular award. Curtis Chrysler is an award-winning poet and author. Next, we read the state poem that was on display that is titled Indiana. It was a delightful poem to read, so much imagery. We also learned that Indiana has 2 official state languages. The first is the English language, and the second is American Sign Language, which is used for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. Finally, we viewed a poster that listed the official state holidays of Indiana. It was a fun and educational visit to the state capitol in Indianapolis, Indiana. After we left the state capitol building, Dad drove us to visit the Indianapolis Zoo, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. We had such a fun time visiting the large variety of animals located throughout the zoo. While we were at the zoo, we visited one of the zoo's cafes and enjoyed lunch, followed by a piece of the state pie, which is sugar cream pie. It was delicious. Before heading back to our hotel in Indianapolis for the night, Dad took us to visit the Indiana State River, which is the Wabash River. The river runs through Indiana, forming a border with Illinois before draining into the Ohio River. The river is a source for drinking water, but it is also used for agricultural needs as well as recreation that includes swimming, fishing, and boating. The next day, our family visited the Indiana Altgeld Museum of American Indians and Western Art. The museum is located in downtown Indianapolis, Indiana, and is dedicated to showcasing the art and heritage of Native American people of North America and American West. It was a very educational and fun experience. The next item on our itinerary was to drive to one of Indiana's state parks, the Brown State Park. The park is located in the southern half of the state of Indiana, located near Bloomington, Indiana. While we were there, we enjoyed a picnic lunch. Afterward, we enjoyed hiking and walking on trails, and later found a playground where we enjoyed playing on the slides and swings, followed by a game of basketball with some of the locals. The park was so much fun! Just before we left the park, Mom spotted a couple of the state birds, the Indiana Northern Cardinals. They were beautiful birds. When we arrived back in Indianapolis that afternoon, Dad drove us to see the Indiana Monument Circle. The Monument Circle is a large public space located in the heart of downtown Indianapolis, featuring the iconic Soldiers and Sailors Monument. On our final visit of the day, we visited the Indiana Central Canal that is located in Indianapolis. The canal is intended to connect the Wabash and Erie Canal to the Ohio River. We parked and enjoyed walking along the many paths, viewing the beautiful scenery. The next day started with an early visit to the world's largest children's museum, the Indianapolis Children's Museum. The Children's Museum has a wide range of interactive exhibits and activities on each of its 5 floors. It is designed for family learning with many exhibits that are designed for hands-on and engaging people of all ages. Our family had an amazing time at the Children's Museum. While we were at the museum, we saw the state dinosaur fossil, the American mastodon. The mastodon was a large mammal that roamed the earth about 2.6 million years ago. It is related to the woolly mammoth and the modern-day elephant family. Did you know that their tusks could grow to 55 inches or around 5 feet long? What an extraordinary fossil! After we left the Children's Museum, Dad drove us to visit Conner Prairie, located in Fishers, Indiana. Conner Prairie is a living history museum that features interactive exhibits, historical homes, and villages, allowing visitors to learn about the daily routines and experiences of people who lived in the area during the 19th century. It was amazing! A tour guide told us about the different types of agricultural crops grown in Indiana. Indiana is the leading producer of corn and soybeans, with corn being the most widely grown crop. Other crops grown in the state include wheat, oats, popcorn, tomatoes, watermelons, pumpkins, and apples. The state's official soil is Miami Soil Series, which is good for growing these crops. According to our tour guide, we also learned that the state mineral is Salem limestone. The limestone is primarily used as a building material, particularly for monumental public structures such as state capitals, government buildings, and iconic landmarks like the Empire State Building and the Lincoln Memorial. Before we left Conner Prairie, we visited their unique general store that had a wide variety of items to purchase, such as pottery and textiles and Indiana-made food and gift items. We bought some of the state snack, popcorn. It was so tasty. Our last visit of the day was to travel to the Indiana State Historical Marker, which showed the birthplace of Wilbur Wright, who was the co-inventor of the first modern airplane. The marker is located in Indianapolis, Indiana. Early the next morning, we traveled to visit Indiana's official state aircraft, the Hoosier Spirit II, located in Evansville Wartime Museum. The museum is situated in Evansville, Indiana. The plane was produced by Republic Aviation in 1944. It was an amazing airplane and an amazing history. The next item on our itinerary for the day was to visit the Indiana Mound State Park located in Anderson, Indiana. The state park features 10 prehistoric Native American earthworks built by the Adena and Hopewell cultures. These mounds are likely used for religious ceremonies, celebrations, and astronomical observations. The largest and best preserved mound, the Great Mound, is nearly a quarter mile in circumference. While visiting the mounds, we saw the state flowers, peonies. They were so beautiful. We also got to see the state tree while visiting the mounds, which is the tulip poplar, which was blooming with their delightful yellow blooms. We did not leave the state mounds until the evening hours, and right at dusk we began to see the state insect come out and begin to show off their glowing colors, the Zay's fireflies. They were awesome to see and on full display in the darkening night sky. The following day, we visited the Indiana National Landmark, Grassland. It was the home of William Henry Harrison, the 9th President of the United States. The home also served as the center for Indiana's territorial government during his time as territorial governor. One unique thing about the home is that it was the first brick home built in the Indiana Territory. While we were on a tour of the Grassland House and Grounds, we were able to view the Indiana State Rifle, which is the Grassland Rifle. It was adopted in March 2012 and is a long rifle that was made by John Small between 1803 and 1812. Small later became the first sheriff in Indiana. The Grassland Rifle is kept at Grassland. Our last stop of the day was to visit the Indiana State Museum, which is located in Indianapolis. It focuses on history, art, science, and cultures of Indiana. showcasing collections and exhibits that tell the story of the state from prehistoric times to present-day Indiana. On our last and final day of our trip, we were able to attend a car race at the famous Indiana Motor Speedway. What an exciting time we had! The Motor Speedway is located at Speedway, Indiana, which is a suburb of Indianapolis. The last stop of our trip was to visit the Indiana Dunes State Park. The Dunes Park is located in northwestern Indiana on the southern shore of Lake Michigan. Specifically, it is in Porter County, Indiana, near the town of Chesterton. It is known for its sandy beaches, towering dunes, and diverse ecosystem. It was an amazing afternoon spent swimming, walking on the beach, and climbing the dunes, and enjoying nature. We had a great time on our trip to Indiana and plan to come again one day. If you get a chance to visit Indiana, I hope you'll do so because they are a great state that has a lot to offer. Until then, goodbye! Thank you for learning with me today. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel and share us with your friends. We hope you'll join us again soon for another lesson on Wonder of Learning. Until then, bye-bye!